good evening and welcome to Corpus Christi, Texas. K-West bringing you the regional semifinal of the Texas State Softball Playoffs. It is your Weslaco Lady Panthers taking on the Lady Bulldogs of Austin Bowie. I am Joe Aguilar, joined by Val Zamora, Vinny Berry, and of course the man, he's not a myth because I've worked with him several times this year and throughout the years, Mike Gonzalez. Mike, it's going to be a great one today.
Oh, my goodness, Joe. There's been a buzz all week at Weslaco High School and in the community of Weslaco about this softball team coming and playing in the fourth round for the first time since 2017. And I tell you what, Joe, back in 2016, the year that they made it to the state tournament, it was this field where they clinched and won the regional championship. Let's see if we can maybe rub off of some of those glory days of 2016 and take this series.
Well, let's go ahead and give you the starting lineups for both ball clubs. Defensively, the Lady Bulldogs will line up like this. In left field, Olivia Moreno. In center field, Cassidy McLean. In right field, Alyssa Lutz. At third base, Taylor Haywood. At second base, Valeria Feeney. And at first base, Lauren Youngwood. The shortstop is Emerson Villa. Behind the plate, doing the catching, Anya German. And in the circle, Emma Solis. For you Lady Panthers, back this way. Leading off is going to be the shortstop, Lexi Escamilla. Batting second, third baseman, Alexis Solis. Batting third, the catcher, Jules Garcia. Batting in the cleanup spot is going to be the pitcher, Katia Reyes. The first pitch to Escamilla misses a little outside for ball one. Batting fifth, the designated player, Stacy Bautista. Batting sixth, second baseman, Mia Rodriguez. Batting seventh, first baseman, Romy Nunez. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Julie Rodriguez. Batting ninth, Elizabeth Clegg, playing right field. And the second pitch is in there for strike one. So the count is 1 ball, 1 strike to leadoff batter, Lexi Escamilla.
And the numbers on Emma Solis, Joe, is overall 16-3 with a remarkable 1.20 ERA. She's pitched 140 innings, and she has 24 earned runs, has struck out 252, and has walked 51 batters.
So great pitching numbers for the lady in the circle, Solis. That one, did she go around? They're asking for some help from the first base umpire, Rene Cruz, and he says, no, sir. She did not go around, and that's going to make it 3 balls and 1 strike to the leadoff batter, Lexi Escamilla.
And the scouting report on Emma is you have to be patient, you have to be disciplined. She's very good at her location. She attacks you, as we see right there, on the inside. She likes to throw the rise ball. And she likes to throw off-speed pitch. As we see Lexi draw a walk there to start the game. Great job by Lexi. But she'll attack you on the inside with the rise ball, and she'll come with the curve to the outside. She doesn't throw very hard, but she does a great job at fooling the hitters. So the Lady Panthers just need to be patient at the plate, make their adjustments, and see how they do with this young lady here.
And that's going to bring up, after the leadoff walk to Lexi Escamilla, the third baseman, Alexis Solis. And she looks at that first pitch go by her for strike one.
And the numbers on Alexis Solis is she's batting .500 in the playoffs with 1 homer, 5 RBIs, 5 doubles. She comes off a great series against San Antonio Harlan in the regional quarterfinals. 3 out of 7 with a homer and 3 RBIs.
Showing bunt. This is up in the air. Back goes the catcher, Anya German, and she grabs that one for out number 1. So Alexis Solis pops it up behind the plate. German finds it and grabs it for out number 1. Escamilla stays at first base, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Jules Garcia.
And Jules had a great series also against San Antonio Harlan, going 3 for 6 with a homer and 2 RBIs. She leads the team with a .579 batting average in the postseason with 3 homers overall, 9 RBIs, and has walked 4 times. So she's been the player for the Lady Panthers that has been consistent throughout the whole playoffs.
Solis gets the first one in there for strike 1. Jules swings at the second pitch. First baseman Youngblood picks it up, touches the bag for an unassisted out at first base. And that's going to be out number 2 in the inning. But on that, Lexi Escamilla advances to second, and that'll bring up the cleanup batter, the pitcher, Katia Reyes.
And we saw an example right there, Joe, of what Emma likes to do, as Jules kind of swung pretty early at it, but was able to make contact toward first base. And as you mentioned, at the very least, Lexi was able to move to second base. But the first baseman, the only play she had was at first with 2 outs.
And the home plate umpire, David Bailey, telling Katia Reyes she needs to get in the batter's box. Now, we are on a 100% artificial surface, and they've got these inserts in the infield for the pitcher and the batters and the catcher, and you cannot mess with the chalk line. And I'll say more about that. That second pitch is fouled off, back behind, out of play, and that's going to break the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Normally in ball games, you'll see batters kind of kick the chalk out so they cannot see the line anymore, and so they can pretty much line up where they want. But here they can't do that because they're permanently painted into the artificial surface, and so home plate umpire Bailey tells her you need to be in the batter's box. That second pitch missing outside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to the batter, Katia Reyes.
And she's been able to do that for just about the whole season. They're playing in grass, and you're able to kick the dirt out, but not in this field.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. That'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. There are 2 outs here in the top of the first. Runner at second in Lexi Escamilla. She drew a leadoff walk outside, and that'll make the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the batter, Katia Reyes.
She was 2 out of 6 with a double and an RBI in the regional quarterfinals. Is hitting .529 in the postseason at second on the team with a homer and 9 RBIs.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. And after a leadoff walk, it's 1-2-3 for the Lady Panthers. No hits, 1 runner left on, and of course nobody came across. We head to the bottom of the first. Lady Panthers did not score. Lady Bulldogs coming up to bat.
For the Lady Panthers in the top half of the first.
Show you're proud to be a Panther. Clap your hands. Get loud. Show you're proud to be a Panther. Let's go Panther. Let's go Panther. Show you're proud to be a Panther.
Well, Mike, you were talking about Katia Reyes and batting .529 in the postseason. She batted .528 in the regular season, so pretty consistent Katia Reyes in the batter's box for your Lady Panthers. So we head to the bottom of the first, and the Lady Bulldogs will come up to bat, and they'll bat in this order. Center fielder Cassidy McLean. Batting second, the second baseman Valeria Feeney. Batting third is going to be the third baseman Taylor Haywood. Batting fourth is Anya Germain. She is the catcher. Batting fifth, Olivia Moreno, the left fielder. Batting sixth, Emma Solis, who is the pitcher. Batting seventh, Lauren Youngblood at first base. Batting eighth, Emerson Villa, the shortstop. And batting ninth, the right fielder, Alyssa Lusk. First pitch missing for ball 1 to the leadoff batter, Cassidy McLean.
A senior who's batting .406 with 1 homer, 13 RBIs, and has 12 doubles. And this is in 31 games, which is from the beginning of the season till now.
Second pitch a little bit outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to the leadoff batter, McLean. And that one is in there for strike 1. Some heat from Katia Reyes.
And the numbers on Kat in the postseason, 5-0, Joe. She's off a no-hitter in the clinching game 2 against Harlan. 0.764 ERA in 36 and 2/3 innings pitch. And we have a strikeout here. Oh, not
Swing
yet.
and a miss, strike 2.
A little ahead of myself here. I'm so excited. But Kat has 63 strikeouts in the postseason and has 4 earned runs. So she has been the workhorse for the Lady Panthers in the circle.
And at the plate as well, as you just mentioned, Mike, a little while ago before we went to break. That pitch missing for ball 3. The count is now full to Cassidy McLean, the center fielder for the Lady Bulldogs. Lady Bulldogs are under the direction of Coach Whistle. Swung on, fouled back into the netting. Count will remain full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So not a lot of room behind home plate. We've been at some fields where there has been a lot of room, and in this ballpark there really isn't. 200 to the corners, 210 in the middle. Striking out the leadoff batter, swing and a miss. So Katia Reyes strikes out the leadoff batter, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Valeria Feeney. They know her as Vivi.
And she comes in with a 456 batting average, second on the team with 2 homers, 23 RBIs, has 8 doubles, a triple.
I know those of you who are watching live have noticed maybe the flags are really howling back there. It is a nice night for softball, excuse me. As far as the temperature is concerned, it's only about 85 degrees. It's 81 to be exact. But the winds are blowing out to left center field at 21 miles an hour, and I got to say they're gusting at about 35, maybe 40.
Yeah, I agree, Joe, and I'm looking at the pole, and even the pole is kind of going side to side a little bit there. We have a foul back.
So 2 foul balls back behind the plate, off to the left a little bit for an 0-2 count to the second batter, Valeria Feeney.
You talk about the dimensions, Joe. Something that Coach Rodriguez mentioned to me last night is the field right now is shorter or smaller than it was when they last visited here in 2016. When they were here back in 2016, he estimated about 220, 225 feet. And he said that they brought the fences or the wall a little bit closer, and now it's 200 in the corners and 210 to center field. So it was a little bit harder to hit a home run in 2016. And if you remember, Joe, you know, a couple of the players hit home runs.
Yes.
In the series that they were here, and now it's a little easier. And just to give the fans an idea, the field at Weslaco High School is 210 feet all around. So in the corners, it's a little smaller over here than it is at home.
So another foul ball back out of play to remain at strike 2, and that pitch misses outside, and that'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes to the second batter, the second baseman, Vivi Feeney. Feeney, a left-handed batter.
Right, and it's a lineup, Joe, that it's a little more balanced. We see a hard hit there.
That's going to be in the gap. Reyes is going to pick it up off the bounce, off the fence, and that's a double for Feeney. That ball was hit hard into the right center gap. And it got to the wall before the players could even get to it.
Yeah, I got there pretty quick. It took like, it was a 1 bouncer off the wall there. But a great job by the outfielders fielding it and bringing it back in.
Yeah, and I think that was a good kind of look for the outfielders to recognize that it's not going to bounce too hard back because it didn't come back too far. So a double for Feeney, and that'll bring up Taylor Haywood, the third baseman. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
She leads the team with a 460 batting average with no homers, 30 RBIs, with 9 doubles and 2 triples.
And Katia getting her to chase something a little outside the strike zone, and that one was some heat. And that one is just a little bit high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Taylor Haywood. Runner at second, 1 out here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, we talk about Emma Solis from Austin Bowie and Kat Reyes, 2 polar opposite styles of pitching there. The Kat's more power. I mean, she'll still attack you around the corners and she'll deliver some pitches, but she's more fastball versus Emma.
That pitch fouled off to the right. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the batter, Taylor Haywood. Little high, evens up the count at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And, of course, you know, one of the things that we notice from, you know, the seasoned pitchers is that they'll throw something out of the strike zone if they're ahead in the count to see if you get something to chase something. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is the second strikeout for Katia Reyes. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Runner at second. That'll bring up the cleanup batter, Anya German, the catcher.
Great job by Kat there, coming with looked like a little sinker there, and Haywood chased there, but she starts off with 2 strikeouts out of 3 hitters. She had 12 strikeouts in each of the games in the regional quarterfinals.
She went around there. There was no doubt about that because the home plate umpire just pointed at her and said that is a strike. So Katia Reyes, just like she did on the previous batter, getting the batter to chase something outside of the strike zone. So 0-1 the count to German. Inside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
German, only a sophomore, comes in with a 427 batting average, leads the team with 5 homers, 39 RBI. She's actually tied with a few other players.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. So again, Katia Reyes goes back to the first pitch that like she threw and just a little outside the strike zone and got German to chase it, and now she's headed the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Katia Reyes gets 3 strikeouts here in the bottom of the first. The Lady Bulldogs do get 1 hit. Leave a batter on, no errors, nobody comes across. We've played 1 here in Corpus Christi Cabinets Field, and there is no score between your Lady Panthers and the Lady Bulldogs.
Before David Lozano started practicing law, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. He participated in UIL athletics. He was a regional qualifier. He earned college credits through the dual enrollment program. After high school, he attended the University of Texas before graduating from St. Mary's School of Law. Now he helps people in need as an attorney. WISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For David Lozano, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
So we head to the top of the second inning, and the Lady Panthers will send batters 5, 6, and 7. Stacy Bautista, Mia Rodriguez, and Romy Nunes to the plate here in the second inning.
And the numbers for Stacy, 429 with 1 homer, second on the team with 8 RBIs and 4 doubles in the postseason. She was 1 for 6 with a double and an RBI last round.
She watches that first pitch go by high and outside for ball 1. You know, you talked about being patient at the plate, Mike, and we've seen the first couple of batters for the Lady Panthers do just that. And the second pitch misses inside, ball 2. So the pitcher, Solis, trying to go outside inside and missing the corners. So 2-0 is the count to Bautista. That one in there for strike 1. You talked about her and that riser pitch, and from where I'm standing, that looked like that was just one of those.
So, and one of the things I noticed, Joe, last week is the Lady Panthers, as we have a swing and a miss there, they do an excellent job at making their adjustments when they see the pitcher for the first time, and then the second time in the lineup is where we see them do a lot of damage there. So right now you can kind of see what she's going to throw at you, and then they just kind of go from there.
2-2 count, swing and a miss, strike 3. So Bautista goes down swinging for the first out of inning number 2, and that's going to bring up Mia Rodriguez, the second baseman.
And this young lady had a big home run in the regional quarterfinals there to break the game wide open in game 2. Only a sophomore, one of many sophomores in the roster. And she's batting .316 in the postseason and was 1 out of 5. That one hit, Joe, did a lot of damage, though. She got that 1 home run. She got all her 3 RBIs there, and she has 4 overall.
Yeah, she did a little better in the regular season, batted .374. 0-1 count to her. So here comes the 0-1. Inside corner for strike 2. So you were mentioning in the pregame, or right just before we got started with the game, that the pitcher Solis likes to go inside outside, and now she's beginning to find those corners. Just a bit outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the batter Rodriguez. And you talked about the youthfulness of Rodriguez. This Lady Panther team is full of underclassmen.
Yeah, I know that they have 5 sophomores, and I think they have something like we have a swing and a miss there.
For strike 3, and that's out number 2 of the inning. So Solis has struck out the first 2 batters she's faced here in the second, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Romy Nunez.
The first baseman, number 22, Romy Nunez.
They have 9 sophomores is what I'm counting, Joe, for the Lady Panthers, and 1 freshman and 1 junior.
Outside corner, strike 1. So after missing the corners with Bautista, the next 2 batters, she's been able to find that corner, both inside and outside. Swing and a miss, strike 2. They're going to say it's fouled back. But nonetheless, it's still strike two to the batter, Romy Nunez. She's behind in the count, 0-2.
And she's one of the sophomores on the team right now, plays at first, but they also have her listed as a catcher. I imagine next year she'll play some catching for Jules Garcia's going to graduate.
And Jules will be playing college softball right here in Corpus.
Texas A&M Corpus Christi, yes.
That pitch misses outside for ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Nunez. Outside as well, and that evens up the count at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the second.
And Nunez is batting .385 with 1 homer, 3 RBIs, and has a double in the postseason.
She batted .386 in the regular season. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And so it's a 1-2-3 inning for Solis and the Lady Bulldogs. We head to the bottom of the second, 0-0 between your Lady Panthers and the Lady Bulldogs.
Before Dania Pulido became an attorney, she was a student at Weslaco ISD. She was a member of the National Honor Society and a cheerleader. She earned her degree from St. Mary's University, then graduated from St. Mary's University School of Law. Now she is Dania Pulido, attorney at law for Texas Legal Services Center in Austin. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Dania Pulido, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
So we head to the bottom of the second. Lady Bulldogs send Moreno, Solis, and Youngblood to the plate. Batters 5, 6, and 7. That's who Katia Reyes will be facing in the bottom of the second. So here comes the first pitch to Moreno. Just a bit low for ball one.
And the numbers are Moreno, a junior. She's batting .453. 5 home runs, 20 RBIs. We mentioned there are few players on the roster, 3 players overall, that have 5 home runs, and that's a team high.
Low and inside for ball 2. 2-0 is the count to the left fielder, Olivia Moreno. That one in there for strike 1. 2-1 count to Moreno.
Something worth mentioning, Joe, Katia Reyes' father had been watching us throughout the playoffs here at Baytown, Texas. Well, guess what? He flew in and surprised Katia. We have a line drive there for foul. And went to the dugout and surprised both Kat and Lola before the game.
I was actually standing right there when that happened.
Yeah.
I was actually chatting with Coach Morales and with Coach Rodriguez. And when he saw him walking up, he called both girls, Lola and Katia, to come talk to him. And as soon as they came up to acknowledge him, he said, "Turn around."
How cool was that?
It was very cool. I was
Yeah.
there, like I said. Beautiful moment. So the count is 2-2 to the batter, Moreno, and that one missing, making the count 4.
And you would think, Joe, that when something like that happens, that it brings up their spirits just a little bit more, as fired up as they are. 4th round game, Corpus Christi, Cabinets Field against Austin Bowie, and then seeing their father.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Reyes strikes out the first batter she faces here in the second. She now has 4 strikeouts in this evening, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Emma Solis.
And I know Mr. Reyes, and his first name is Eloy, is very proud of the career Kat has had at Weslaco High School. And, earlier in the week, her and Emma Solis were named the top 30 pitchers in the state, and that's according to SBL Live. They released an article there. We have a strike call there.
Yeah, swing and a miss for strike 1.
They didn't have the players ranked. They just kind of had them in alphabetical order, and both Kat and Emma Solis were in there. So congratulations to both players for that recognition.
Right back to Reyes. She grabs that on one hop, tosses it over to Nunez for out number 2. So 1-3 is the score on that one for out number 2, and that's going to bring up Lauren Youngblood.
Did you see how easy Kat made that look? She's probably had those kind of bounces for as long as she's played softball.
And I don't know if you just watched her, but her and Jules were joking, and she just kind of made like a move like she was dodging that one. So that was, just the camaraderie. And we've talked about that, and we've heard that being said throughout the years is they've been together since the 7th grade.
Yeah, how amazing is that? So what is that, 5 years of just playing softball year-round, really?
I would say 6 because this is 4 in high school.
Okay.
7 and 8,
You're right.
that would be 6.
Right.
So the first 2 pitches to Lauren Youngblood missing. The count is 2-0. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So a little changeup from Reyes got Youngblood swinging, and now the count is 2-1.
And going back to that point, Joe, I think bringing softball to the middle school levels has really paid off.
That one's fouled down the third base side of the field, evening up the count at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second.
And the numbers on Lauren Youngblood, 429. She is a senior. 2 home runs, 26 RBIs. We saw her try to go the other way there. And Coach Rodriguez was giving high praise on this offensive lineup here.
Just a bit outside. And the count is now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And this will be the payoff pitch from Reyes. Swing and a foul back out of play. Count will remain 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And we've seen her trying to go the other way. That's twice. She's trying to slap it to that left side.
Yeah, and a lot of times when you're in the bottom of the order means that you're normally not the strongest of hitters, and so sometimes you just want to make contact. She watches that one go by for a walk, so now the Lady Bulldogs have their first base runner in the second inning by a walk, and that's Youngblood at first, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Emerson Villa.
And the numbers on her, 330 batting average with 2 homers, 18 RBIs, and has 4 doubles and 2 triples.
Swing and a miss, strike 1.
So we talk about the offense, Joe. In the regional quarterfinals against Lake Travis, they won game 1 12-6, and then in game 2 13-3 in 5 innings, and the numbers were just very, very impressive.
Yes, they were. Low and outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to the shortstop, Emerson Villa. There is a runner at first in Lauren Youngblood. She walked just before Villa came to the plate. Outside, ball 2. You know, you talk about the numbers and the games in the previous round for the Lady Panthers. The Lady Bulldogs won the series 2-0 against the Lake Travis Ball Club.
And they were a district opponent.
Right.
Yeah. And
swung on, fouled down the right side of the field, and now the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Austin Bowie, I believe, finished in 2nd place, and Lake Travis finished in 3rd. And then so they played one another in the 3rd round there, and Austin Bowie came away with the sweep. And their by-district round, Joe, in an area round, they only played 1 game.
Right.
Winner take all.
Yes, they did. And yeah, they beat their opponents, of course, because that's why they're here. But yeah, they did play just that one round, that one single game elimination in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. So here comes the 2-2. Swung on, fly ball. Back goes the shortstop. In comes the left fielder, Julie Rodriguez, and she grabs that one for out number 3. So the Lady Bulldogs do get 1 runner on base via a walk in Lauren Youngblood. No hits, no errors, nobody left on. We've played 2 here in Corpus Christi, and no score between your Lady Bulldogs, between your Lady Panthers and the Lady Bulldogs. You're enjoying Lady Panther softball right here on K-West. Well, we now head to the top of the third inning, and your Panthers will send Rodriguez Julie, the lady that just made that grab out in left field, Elizabeth Craig, and then back to the top of the order in Lexi Escamilla.
She's batted 17 times in the postseason, has scored twice. I have her credited for a single in game 2.
That first pitch is swung on, fouled back out of play into the stands for strike 1. You know, right now, all the fans were sitting right in front of us because right before the game started, we did have a little small brush with some rain, but now that it's cleared up, people are beginning to spread out and just enjoying the game from seats that they enjoy. Strike 2 to Julie. So 0-2 is the count. We'll see what Solis decides to come with on that pitch, and she hits the batter. And so we have the leadoff batter on, which you like to see, but not being hit by a pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now, Coach Hinojosa is checking on her, making sure she's okay there. And, you know, it's fortunate for us, but unfortunate for Emma because she was ahead 0-2 and lost it now. So now the Lady Panthers with the lead runner on.
That'll bring up the right fielder, Emma Craig, showing bunt. Misses that one, and now they've got Rodriguez in a rundown, and a bad throw from the catcher, and the ball makes its way out into right field, so Rodriguez easily makes it over to second.
Yeah, there was one of those situations where no. Yes, go. So I think the Panthers catch a break there, and that's something that Coach Rodriguez addressed to me yesterday is when we have these opportunities, we have to take advantage of it. Because I asked him, does this team remind you of that 2016, 2017 run? He goes, yes, they do. We have a swing and a miss there. But because of stuff like this, they had some things go their way, and they took advantage of it. So the Lady Panthers here need to take advantage of this opportunity.
Yeah, they now have Julie Rodriguez in scoring position. 0-2 the count to Craig. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So she goes down swinging for the 5th strikeout of the evening. That Solis has chalked up, and that'll go. Now we'll go to the top of the order, Lexi Escamilla.
With a runner on second and 1 out. The next batter at the top of the order. Shortstop, number 5, Lexi Escamilla.
So Escamilla was walked her first time at the plate, and the first pitch to her is low for ball 1.
You know, we're going to find out later, Joe, but I wonder if maybe the Lady Panthers were going to try to go on a little hit and run, or maybe on a steal attempt there, and Julie just got a little ahead there, and then that's where we saw the miscue.
Swung on, fouled back off the face mask of the catcher German for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to the batter, Lexi Escamilla. You know, last week I made a joke because they played on a natural turf surface with the exception of the home plate area, which was artificial. And so if the ball went into the ground, was it in the dirt or off the turf? Swing and a miss, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the batter, Lexi Escamilla.
Yeah, I think the home plate area was the dirt area, and then behind it was the turf area. I think is how it was. Well,
they had the rubberized ground in the home plate area. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the batter, Lexi Escamilla. So I made a joke about that. So can we say that is literally in the dirt, or do we have to say that is off the turf or off the rubber? You know. So, anyway, just having some fun on the air.
Dirt, turf, or I don't know. We can combine it maybe.
They get her looking as home plate umpire Bailey says that is strike 3. And that is out number 2. And that'll bring up Alexis Solis.
Third baseman, number 4, Alexis Solis.
Solis 0 for 1 tonight. She popped up right behind home plate, and the catcher grabbed that one. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Swing and she fouled it back. She made contact. So that is strike 1.
So now what we're seeing, Joe, is the second time around the lineup here. So we talked about the adjustments. Let's see if the Lady Panthers were able to figure Emma Solis out.
So here comes the 0-1. That is inside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike to the batter, Alexis Solis.
I don't think we've mentioned it yet, Joe, but Emma Solis is going to play at the next level. Her and Lara Youngblood are going to play in a junior college in Florida. Actually, that's where Emma's going, and Lauren is going to Texas A&M Galveston.
So she'll be going right up the coast from here.
Yeah, exactly.
That pitch missed outside for ball 2, so 2 balls and 1 strike to Alexis Solis. Swung on, fly ball, third baseman moves out to her left, so Haywood makes the grab for out number 3. The Lady Panthers don't get a hit, but they do get a base runner in Rodriguez, who was hit by a pitch. And she was able to take second on an errant throw from the catcher, but she stays there, so nobody comes across for your Lady Panthers in the top of the 3rd. So still no score in this one, Mike.
Before Harlan Block raised the flag over Iwo Jima, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. There he played for the Panthers, won a championship, and learned some of the leadership skills he and 7 other students used while serving in the Marines. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prominent graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For war hero Harlan Block, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Well, Sweet Caroline playing here over the public address system, and they were waiting for that oh to go, and the crowd got into it. So we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Lusk, McLean, and Feeney for the Lady Bulldogs. Showing bunt, bringing the bat back. Pitch missing outside for ball 1.
And the numbers on her, 398 for the regular season, or actually for the whole season. No homers, 9 RBIs, and has 2 doubles and a triple.
Swung on, fouled back into the netting. Strike 1.
If you notice, Joe, she's trying to slap the ball there. We haven't seen much of that from Austin Bowie, but this young lady, only a freshman, is trying to slap the ball there. So that says that she has some speed there and hustles to first base.
Yeah, I saw that on the first pitch, and now she does the same thing, trying to just drag bunt it down the third base line. And a lot of times with your speedsters, when they're on the left side of the plate, they'll do that. They'll try to bunt it down the third base line, and they'll have like a 2-step jump because of where they're at. So the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to the batter, Lusk. That one high and outside, ball 2.
And if you notice, Alexis Solis at third base has creeped in about 5 or 6 steps, maybe more.
Yeah, she's already a third of the way in when
Yeah.
Katia is getting ready to deliver, and then once the ball's delivered, she takes like 2 more steps. Jules wanted that one, and so did the Weslaco faithful. But David Bailey says that is outside, and the count is now full.
It's one of those situations where, hey, you gave it to the other pitcher a little earlier. Why can't we get it?
So here comes the payoff pitch, and that catches the outside corner for strike 3. A little bit of a delayed call from Bailey, but Jules knew it all the way because she was posed to send it to third base.
Yeah, right on cue, Joe, because the umpire throughout these first couple of innings, when he calls a strike, he'll call it. He'll be strike. We kind of had to wait there, but Jules right away, I think, knew it. She kind of got up and threw to third base for the strikeout there, and I think Lusk knew it too. She was already walking away.
Yeah, she did. So that'll go to the top of the order, and that's McLean. Fly ball to left. Rodriguez moves over to her left and makes the grab for out number 2.
Yeah, great adjustment. Great job there by Julie moving to her left side. You got to make sure that the communication is there with the outfielders. And, we can't hear it from here, but I'm sure she was saying, I got it. That's what you got to do. She put the glove right there. Perfect spot there for out number 2.
And that'll bring up Valeria Feeney. She is the young lady who had that double to the right center gap in inning number 1. She is 1 for 1 tonight.
Yeah, the only player with the hit tonight.
Yes, sir, that's right. That's the only hit of the ball game, to be honest with you. First pitch missing at ball 1.
And I'm looking at shortstop, second base. They're respecting her power there. They're playing back almost into the grass area.
This is a ground ball to the shortstop, Escamilla, to first base, off one hop, and cannot be handled by the first baseman, Nunez. But a good job there by Garcia, backing her up to make sure that Feeney is not able to get to second.
Yeah, Nunez was trying to get the one hopper there, and unfortunately went past her. So with 2 outs, Austin Bowie has a base runner for the 3rd consecutive inning.
And that'll bring up the third baseman, Taylor Haywood. She is 0 for 1 tonight. She struck out in the first inning. First pitch missing low for ball 1.
And we talk about Austin Bowie in the last round in the regional quarters for that offense was just on fire. Youngblood was 3 out of 7. We have a swing and a miss there with a double and 2 RBIs in that series.
That count is now 1 ball and 1 strike to Haywood. Runner at first in Feeney. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Swung on. That's a base hit to left field. So that's the second hit of the night. And that's going to be a single to left field for Haywood. And now there are runners at first and second with 2 outs. And that'll bring up the catcher, Anya German. German struck out in the first inning, so she is 0 for 1 tonight.
Yeah, we mentioned how we have 3 players from Austin Bowie with 5 home runs, and she's one of them there. But a nice piece of hitting there by Taylor Haywood going to left field. Nice clean hit. So Austin Bowie, the Lady Bulldogs, trying to make the Lady Panthers pay for that miscue.
If you're watching online, you may have noticed a little bit of black jump out of the turf because this is a 100% artificial turf field. The infield and the outfield is all artificial. The green, of course, is turf, and the red area is actually just rubberized, almost like something you would see on a track, like the running track.
So when we have a little downpour like we did before the start of the game, it doesn't really affect the infield, does it?
Mm-mm. So German in the box, ready to go. The first pitch is Reyes, and that one is inside and it gets beyond Jewel Garcia, and the runners will advance to third and to second on the wild pitch. One ball, no strikes to the batter, German.
And if you're Cat, your focus is on the hitter. You don't worry about the base runners. You just try to get out with 2 outs.
Swing and a miss, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to the batter.
Nice pitch there by Cat Reyes as she got a German chasing there. And German was 5 out of 9 with a home run and 5 RBIs in the last series.
This is a fly ball to center, and it's going deep. Back goes Reyes, and it's out of here. It's a 3-run jack for German, and now the Lady Bulldogs are up 3-0 in the 3rd inning.
And German got a great pitch there, went to really over center field there with the wind blowing out. Lola could only look up, and the Lady Dogs are on the board.
3-run homer for the catcher number 12, Anya German, for the Lady Bulldogs.
So the error on the shortstop allowed the first base runner to get on, and then Haywood with a base hit, and then German with a home run, and now the Lady Bulldogs up 3-0. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Olivia Moreno, who's 0 for 1, struck out in the 2nd inning. She swings at the first pitch. In comes Reyes from center field, makes the grab. A nice running catch for her, and that is out number 3. But the Lady Bulldogs do get 3 runs on 2 hits. Nobody left on. We played 3 here in Corpus Christi, Cabinets Field, and it's the Lady Bulldogs 3, your Lady Panthers 0.
That's on base. 2-3.
Yeah, so we head to the top of the fourth inning, and your Lady Panthers are going to send Jules Garcia, Katia Reyes, and Stacy Bautista to the plate to face Emma Solis for the second time tonight. So as you mentioned, Mike, you know, the second time, a lot of times, isn't at an advantage because you've already seen what the pitcher has.
And this is a young lady that can get things going quickly.
Yeah, we talked about her already signing and getting ready to play at the collegiate level.
Jules Garcia.
First pitch missing outside for ball one. Jules 0 for 1 tonight. She grounded out to the first baseman her first time at the plate. Swung on, fouled back. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike.
So I had an opportunity to visit the team earlier in the week, and Jules is one of the players I talked to, and she was just so excited. She was talking about how she remembered, you know, growing up in elementary level, coming to these games at these levels, and just saying, one day I'm going to play on this field, and here she is.
That pitch low for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to Jules Garcia.
And how fitting that we're playing in a town where that's going to be where it's going to be her home for the next couple of years.
Pitch is high, and the count is 3 balls and a strike. Scoreboard says 2. The home plate umpire Bailey correcting his crowd, letting him know it's 3-1. We've got it correct here, you and I, Mike.
Yes, sir.
So here comes a 3-1 to Garcia, and that one is in there for strike 2. One of the things that the Lady Panthers have on most of their stuff they wear, and you can see it on the back of Jules' helmet, is Gata, G-A-T-A. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So first batter goes down swinging for out number 1, and that stands for get after them aggressively.
I mean, they're doing that, no doubt about it.
That's going to bring up Katia Reyes.
But they just got to be able to put the ball in play, and they haven't had that much luck so far in the first 3 innings with no hits.
First pitch missing outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strike to Reyes. Swing and a miss, strike 1. That pitch was inside, and it moved inside.
Yeah,
So-
Kat was going after that one.
And she was way ahead of it. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Reyes. Inside and low for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to your pitcher, Katia Reyes.
And she's going to pitch at the next level. Believe at Waco, right?
Yes, McLennan is the name of the school that she'll be at. Swung on, fouled back, count remains. I'm sorry, the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And I just have a hunch, Joe, especially as talented as she is, we're going to hear about her in a couple of years from now, pitch perhaps at a different school at a higher level.
And or even in the big game.
Absolutely.
Outside. For ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count to the batter, Katia Reyes. Swung on, fouled back. So we'll do full count all over again. We talked about at the next level and in big games, there's a former Panther, Lady Panther, who has got a potential to make it to the big dance.
Absolutely.
We'll talk about that in a little
We'll
bit.
talk about that in a little bit. Yeah, absolutely. Right now we're focused on this situation.
3 balls and 2 strikes to Reyes. So we'll do full count again here. So Solis with the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts for Solis, and we'll go to the designated player, Stacy Bautista, 0 for 1 tonight. She struck out in the second inning.
Yeah, Stacy Bautista, another senior on this team, 1 of 5, and she's been in the big games as well, and she's come up with some big hits. And let's see if she can get the Lady Panthers, if she can get on base.
Get something going
Get
with
something
2 outs
going.
here in the top of the 4th. High and outside for ball 1. So pretty good crowd here, Mike, on both sides. A little bit more purple than red.
And these fans in purple came here early.
Inside ball 2, 2-0 count to Bautista. Yeah, they were here early.
I think we got here, about 4:30, and I think the first couple of fans started getting here around 4:45 for a 7 o'clock game.
And they didn't have to set up equipment.
No.
That's the only reason we get here early. So 2-0 count to Bautista. Swung on, fouled back. 2-1 now is the count.
But being that we're a little closer than Austin Bowie, I think that has something to do with it. But you're right, Joe. I think there's a few more Panther fans here than Lady Dawgs.
So 2-1 count. That misses outside. 3 balls and 1 strike to Bautista.
You saw there Anya Herman trying to get that corner pitch. She kind of had her glove in the outside and tried to bring it in. She did a nice job disguising it, but the umpire, I think, saw it.
Pitch is high, and Bautista is aboard here in the 4th with 2 outs at first via a walk, and that's going to bring up Mia Rodriguez, and she's a sophomore.
Only a sophomore, and she's the young daughter of a Coach Rodriguez there, and she's the one that delivered that big home run in the last series. And I remember we have a courtesy runner, looks like, for Stacy Bautista there. Let's see if we can get her number. I think it's number 1.
Lola Reyes.
Yeah, Lola Reyes, the young freshman there.
You were talking about the big hit, Mike.
Yes, right before the hit, Mia had a conference with her father, who is the head coach and standing by the third base bag, and I asked, I go, what did you guys talk about? And she just kind of went like to just relax, just settle down and look out for a certain pitch, and that's exactly what she got, and she delivered.
So great advice from the head coach. Even better advice from the dad.
Absolutely. I mean, how is that for a special moment there?
And you talked about hearing the voice of the home plate umpire, Mike, and you actually mimicked it a little while ago. I could hear that one. Strike 1. Outside ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Rodriguez.
And when you have an umpire like that, Joe, it makes our job easier. We're able to kind of get ahead a little bit, mark our notes down and everything to know what the count is.
Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Yeah, Emma took a little something off of that pitch for sure, and Rodriguez there was chasing.
Yeah, that's for sure. Ahead of that one, and now the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Rodriguez.
Yeah, it looked like the ball was high, and then it went down.
And that was a slow curveball way outside. And again, with experienced pitchers, are they throwing something out there to see if they can get the batter chasing? A lot of people say, well, that one missed. Well, maybe it could have been intentional because, again, as you mentioned, these 2 pitchers are seasoned veterans. So 2-2 count. Swung on, hit deep left field. It's going to sail out of bounds. Out of play. That one was hit hard, and it sailed out of play, and the count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, one of the harder hits that we've seen the Lady Panthers so far in this game. But Mia's working. She's working hard against with Emma here.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to do it in the fourth inning for your Lady Panthers. No runs, no hits, no errors. One runner left on. Lady Bulldogs 3, Lady Panthers 0 at the end of 3.5. So we head to the bottom of the fourth inning, and the Lady Bulldogs will send Emma Solis, Lauren Youngblood, and Emerson Villa to the plate. Emma Solis with that one hopper right back to Reyes in the second inning, and she just grabbed that one, tossed it to first for an out. So she is 0 for 1 tonight.
Yeah, she had an outstanding series against Lake Travis. She went 5 out of 6 with a homer and 3 RBIs.
Swing and a miss, strike one. So she goes after the first pitch from Reyes, and Reyes bringing the heat on that one.
Yeah, she brought some heat, went to the outside corner there, and Solis just swung and missed.
Yeah, couldn't catch up with that one. Swung on, fly ball. Nunez has a jump on it, and she makes the grab for out number 1.
Yeah, great job there by Nunez there. She went to foul territory there and had to find the ball, and it wasn't the best angle in the world, but I mean, she got enough. She got underneath it enough to put the glove up and make the catch. Yeah, it's a harder play than it looks.
Yes.
It looks easy from, say, if you're watching it on the TV screen, but, you know, when you're up there and you're looking and you got to find it, and now that the lights are on and everything, but she did a great job there making the catch.
That'll bring up Lauren Youngblood. She walked her first time, and that's a base hit right over the head of Escamilla. And so the Lady Bulldogs have their first base runner of the fourth inning.
Yeah, just barely over the head of Alexa Solis there. Nice attempt there, but Youngblood going after that first pitch.
So that'll bring up Emerson Villa. Villa with a fly ball to left in the second inning. That first pitch missing just a bit outside for ball 1.
Yeah, you saw Jules there holding on to that softball there, trying to get the call, but a little bit outside.
Yeah, I was waiting a little bit to see what Bailey would say. Swing and a miss, strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike. A good little changeup there from Reyes.
Yeah, going away from the fastball there, came away with a different pitch, and Villa chased it and swung and missed. She was probably expecting a fastball.
Yep, so the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Swung on, this one's going to go back out of play. And now the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Villa.
Yeah, if you notice, Joe, she just kind of swung at it, just trying to make contact there. I think she was a little late on it, but made some contact and fouled it back.
So here comes a 1-2 from Reyes. And they get her looking for out number 2.
Nice pitch there by Kat. So she goes change up and then boom, get you right down the middle.
And that is strikeout number 6 for Reyes tonight. And that'll bring up Alyssa Lusk. She struck out looking her first time at the plate, 0 for 1 tonight.
Yeah, this is the young lady that we noticed was trying to slap it to the left side. And I see the third baseman already creeped up about 7-8 steps inside.
That pitch is outside, ball 1. Suzuki, who played many years for the Mariners, did that a lot.
Ichiro
Suzuki,
yeah,
yep.
I remember him.
Showing bunt. Did she bring it back? Umpire's going to say yes, so that's ball 2.
Yeah, Ichiro was also a left-handed hitter. And he was like a Tony Gwynn, but probably faster. But he was able to hit anywhere in the ballpark. He can go to left, to right, to center, to the gaps, down the lines.
So 2-0 count. That misses high and outside. Ball 3. So Lusk being very selective, not going after any bad pitch, and now she's ahead in the count, 3-0. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Runner at first in Youngblood. And that's a 4-pitch walk. And now you got runners at first and second. 2 outs, and we head to the top of the order, and it's going to be Cassidy McLean. McLean is 0 for 2 today. She's got a strikeout and a pop up to right. So Garcia making sure that her defense knows what's going to happen if the ball goes to them. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch in there, got the inside corner for strike 1.
She leads the team with 12 doubles, and I'm looking at the infield, and everybody's pretty much playing at their normal positions.
Swing on, and she may have made contact, and Daly says she did, so that's strike 2. Everyone's kind of playing with their normal positions except for Craig. Craig is crowding the line a little bit. Maybe anticipating a hit that way as she did the previous bat. Little high, ball 1. Because remember, a lot of times when you've got a batter who's late on the swing and with someone that throws as hard as Reyes, if this right-handed batter hits it to right field, it's going to tail away. So here comes the 1-2. Swung on, fly ball behind home plate. Garcia looking for it. She can't find it. As she took off her mask, her glasses went up, and that was just a little bad luck for her.
Yeah, a little bit bad luck. As you mentioned, Joe, she was trying to look for it and couldn't find it, and it would have been her play. When the ball lands in that area, it's a little bit easier for the catcher because she's already underneath the ball versus a first baseman. But
yeah, because Nunez had to cover a lot of ground.
Absolutely. She had to come from the first base side into the foul territory.
Swung on, fly ball down the third base line. Is it going to stay in play? It does not. It goes out of play. Count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes.
So one thing we're noticing, Joe, is McLean is aggressive at the plate. She's swinging at everything, and I'm sure Kat knows that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So I was just about to say she's ahead in the count, 1 and 2. So I'm curious to see what Kat will come with on this next pitch. So here comes the 1-2. Swung on, fouled back into the netting, and for the 4th time, we're going to do 1-2.
Absolutely, and so now the fans are kind of getting into it a little bit here. They see some excitement going on here. It's a pretty big situation here in game 1.
Yeah, there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Runners at first and second. 1-2 count to McLean. Outside, count is even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to McLean. I think Reyes wanted to see if she would chase something out of the zone. Now the count is full. So the runners will be going on this pitch.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. So we'll have the runners with a jump start here. And if McLean puts the ball in play and gets a base hit, for sure 1 runner will score.
So here comes a payoff pitch from Reyes. Swung on, fly ball that's going to head out of play. And so I don't have the pitch count, but this has easily got to be pitch number 9 or 10 to McLean.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. And we see McLean fighting the count there as she was behind 1 and 2, and now she's worked at it 3 and 2, and she's still fouling balls back. So great patience.
So here comes a payoff pitch once again. And they get her strike 3. Great pitch from Reyes. Caught the inside corner for strike number 3, and that'll retire the side. And we head to the 5th inning. After giving up a walk and a base hit, Reyes able to get herself out of that jam.
Yeah, great job there by Reyes. We saw her come with different pitches, trying to get the outside corner, try to come up the middle. She tried to come with the fastball. At that time, she went with the inside pitch and got the corner and got the call for a big strikeout.
At Weslaco ISD, we teach our students in pre-K and kindergarten the fundamentals of reading by making it fun so they enjoy learning. Students in first grade are reading chapter books. It starts with pre-K and kinder, then a whole new world opens up with music, robotics, art, folklorico, swimming. Weslaco ISD students can accomplish anything. We know because we have seen the success in our students over time.
Weslaco ISD, learning in person in a safe, clean environment or online with the latest technology provided by WISD. Weslaco ISD, 100 years in the making and still the right choice with safety in mind. Enroll now.
And as we head to the top of the 5th inning, the Lady Panthers will send Nunez, Rodriguez, and Craig to the plate. Nunez 0 for 1 tonight. She struck out in the 2nd inning. So second time that she will face Solis tonight.
The Lady Panthers in the top half of the 5th inning. First baseman, number 22, Roman Nunez.
First pitch way outside for ball 1.
Yeah, Romy missed game 2 for a personal issue there, but Elizabeth Craig did a great job from right field to first base in game 2. But it's great to have Romy back.
That one in there for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. You talk about Nunez missing and Craig coming in. You know, these youngsters able to play various positions.
Absolutely, utility players, no doubt about it. And being that they're only sophomores, it's a great thing to have for Coach Rodriguez.
That looked like a curveball. A lot of movement on the wrist of Solis, but that one missed for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to Nunez.
Yeah, because we talked about Craig just right now going from the outfield to the infield, and then earlier we said Romy can play first and can even play catcher.
So here comes the 2-1. Swung on and missed, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Nunez.
I was just looking down the first base line. Coach Hinojosa, Daniel Hinojosa, just telling her, relax, calm down, it's okay.
So here comes the 2-2. Inside, full count. You know, Mike, you've been mentioning throughout the night that Solis likes to go inside, outside, and we saw that one coming inside, but that one was a little too far inside. So it's a full count to Nunez. Swung on, hit hard, out of play. Well, it hit the netting and went right back. No, it did come back out of play.
Yeah, it kind of went through that area where
you got a little gap.
There's a little gap, you know, because we have the net coming back to the canopy and then some more netting kind of going toward first and third, and then there's that little gap that can kind of still, the ball can still go over the net there, and that's what happened.
So full count payoff pitch to Nunez, and she is aboard via a walk. And that's one thing that we haven't seen consistently tonight is that leadoff batter getting on.
It happened in the first inning. And
the third.
And the third. And, you know, but the Lady Panthers weren't able to take advantage of it. But, yeah, let's see if maybe the 5th inning is the one.
Yeah, and that's why I said that we haven't seen it consistently, because it happened twice on a walk and one on a hit by pitch. And we've got a pinch runner for Nunez, and that's going to be Emily Galvan, the sophomore.
Yeah, another sophomore there. We've seen her come in as a courtesy runner or a pinch runner, as you mentioned, Joe, throughout the year.
Number 18, Julie Rodriguez.
Left fielder Julie Rodriguez will come up to bat. We talked about getting leadoff hitters on. She was the leadoff hitter in inning number 3, was hit by pitch. So she was on, swung on and missed at the first pitch for strike 1. So she goes after that first pitch that Solis delivers to her. And she lets that one go by for strike 2.
Yeah, I'm noticing the third baseman there creeping in a few steps from the bag. And I want to say that's Taylor Haywood there at third base.
Yeah, maybe anticipating a little small ball from Rodriguez. But Rodriguez showing no signs of that because we saw her swing hard at that first pitch. She looked at that one go into the rubber ground, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swung on, fouled back. Count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And we know that Mario Rodriguez, can be pretty gutsy, can call a bunt here or there and advance the runners.
Little high, good job by Rodriguez to not go after it.
Yeah, great job there, actually. Yeah, she was thinking about swinging, went about halfway, and held back.
So that'll even up the count at 2. Runner at first in Galvan, who is the courtesy runner. Swung on, fouled back, out of play. Count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I mean, if anything, Julie is making Emma work hard here, which we have seen throughout, but you can kind of tell that the adjustments are there. They just got to make that hit, make it happen.
So here we go, 2-2 count to Rodriguez. Swung on again, out of play, 2-2 again. And in softball, there's no pitch count. So we don't have to worry about, her going to 50, 60, 70 pitches for the night.
Yeah, that's a great point, Joe, because in baseball, it's 110 pitches. And not the case in softball. In softball, you can pitch all 3 games. You can pitch 2 games at the same day. And, especially when you have an ace pitcher, that's a benefit there.
Little high, and that's going to be ball 4. So back-to-back walks issued by Solis, and now your Lady Panthers have runners at first and second, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Elizabeth Craig.
With nobody out.
And nobody out, exactly. Craig, a very dangerous hitter.
Yeah, she's hit 385 in the postseason coming into tonight, and she's come through with some pretty big hits. And what I really like about her, Joe, is her base running. She is an excellent base runner. But coming in her first year with the Lady Panthers, she's a transfer from McAllen Memorial, and very happy. I had a chance to talk to her and her family after Game 2 last week, and they're very happy at Weslaco. And Elizabeth has really enjoyed her time. The whole family moved to Weslaco, actually. And I believe her mother, I'm trying to remember, but she's originally from Weslaco.
Okay. So runners at first and second. Nobody out here in the top of the 5th. Elizabeth Craig at the plate. Craig is 0 for 1 tonight. First pitch misses high for ball 1.
And I'm looking at the infield, Joe, the first baseman and the third baseman taking about 4 or 5 steps inward.
Maybe looking at some kind of sacrifice from Craig just to advance the runners into scoring position. Swung on, fouled back, out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike to Craig. So that was just about a little check swing. Not sure if Craig just wanted to hold back or just wanted to make contact. But nonetheless, it is fouled back, out of play. So the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. And that is on the outside corner for strike 2.
And the rest of the infield, it looks like they're playing pretty much at their normal positions there. They're not playing deep or they're not playing too close either. It's just mainly the corners or the ones that are taking a few steps in.
Snap throw to first. And the pitch missing for ball 2. Waiting for a sign from Bailey because, again, sometimes he'll come back late with that. So the count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 runners on the bases, first and second. Swung on to center field. Back goes the center fielder, McLean. She can't catch up to it. It's off the plate. Run is going to score. And they're going to send the second runner in. Here comes the throw to the plate. There is no play at the plate. And your Lady Panthers have scored 2 on a 2 RBI double from Elizabeth Craig.
Great job there by Elizabeth Craig. She got a 2-2 pitch to the outside corner, went to center field over the head of the center fielder there. And I noticed that the outfield was playing a few steps in there, and I think it came back to haunt them. So they didn't think that Elizabeth had that kind of power there. As you see that she showed them, she does have some power as the ball took a one-hopper off the wall there. 2-run double. The Lady Panthers now only down by 1 run.
And they've got a runner in scoring position with still nobody out. And we go to the top of the order, Lexi Escamilla. Mike, the reason I said a very dangerous hitter in Craig is because she has vastly improved from the regular season to the postseason. She was a 280 hitter in the regular season, and she is batting over 300 in the postseason.
Yeah, she came into the game hitting 385. 5 RBIs, so that's RBIs 6 and 7 now.
Right, exactly. First pitch is in there for strike 1 to Escamilla.
And Lexi is in a little bit of a slump. She was 0 for 4 in the last series. Did walk twice though, which is very important for a leadoff hitter. But the golden opportunity here for the young sophomore.
Yeah, she's 0 for 1 tonight in a walk. And she watches that one go by for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Escamilla. And I don't think she liked that pitch, that call on that pitch, because it was inside. But again, he's been calling them. That one is low for ball 2.
And she's a junior, actually, not a sophomore.
Yeah. And you saw Hinojosa after that second called strike say, keep your head in the ball game, young lady.
Exactly.
Keep your head in the ball game.
Exactly. It's all psychological.
Swung on, deep ball to center field. Back moves McCain, and this ball is out of here. Lexi Escamilla with a 2-run bomb, and now your Lady Panthers are up 4-3.
How is that, Joe, for getting out of a little slump there, going right back to center field? Got a 2-2 count. And the wind's still blowing out. Lexi taking advantage of it. And that's her 3rd home run of the postseason. RBIs number 6 and 7. Lady Panthers out in front.
2 leadoff walks. Back-to-back walks to lead off the inning. Runners at first and second. And then a double, base-clearing double from Elizabeth Craig. She's at second. And then comes Lexi Escamilla with a bomb to center field. So the first 4 batters of the 5th inning have all scored, and now your Lady Panthers are up 4-3.
And you just kind of feel, Joe, it was only a matter of time. They were starting to take good swings at it. They were putting the ball, they were fouling them. They were doing their best. They were being aggressive, and we knew it was only a matter of time. And just like Coach Rodriguez would say, we just need a couple of base runners to get on and then give somebody an opportunity. Boom. Craig has taken a shot, and now it's Escamilla has taken a shot.
And that's batters 8 and 9. 9 and 1. 9 and 1, my bad.
9 and 1. But
yeah, and so we go to the second batter of the lineup, and the 5th batter of the inning, Alexis Solis. She swings and fouls back the first pitch. 0-1 is the count. This one is hit to left center field, and that's going to drop off the wall, and Solis is on her way to second base, and she's got a double. So it's a double, home run, double, the last 3 batters for your Lady Panthers.
So now we've seen a sophomore, a junior, and now another sophomore take a whack at Emma Solis here. And here are the Lady Panthers. This is the offense. We've seen them throughout the season and in postseason.
Mike, I just want to repeat something you said earlier in the broadcast. It's going to take the Lady Panthers a few at-bats to see what Solis does. And once they figure her out, watch out. And now we're seeing that. And here comes the next batter, Jules Garcia. Garcia is 0 for 2 tonight, a ground out and a strikeout. She takes the first pitch for strike 1.
Yeah, and if you were going to have somebody up in this position, this is the young lady here. Came in with a .579 batting average in the postseason, which led the team. And these are moments that the stars rise to the occasion, and we've seen her do it throughout her career here in Weslaco.
There's an old adage, Mike, that says the cream always rises to the top. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jules Garcia. Swung on and missed, and the count now is 1 ball, 2 strikes. She really wanted to bring that one back.
Oh, yeah. When we talk about Kat Reyes, that she doesn't get fazed by the big moment. Well, Jules Garcia, I think, is the same way at the plate.
Yeah. A lot of experience in those two young ladies. So here comes the 1-2 in the dirt for ball 2. So the count is even, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and still no outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Lady Panthers have brought 4 across. They've got 1 runner at second base, and Jules Garcia in the batter's box with a 2-2 count. And that is strike 3.
And she knew it. She knew it. As soon as the ball went past her, she was already walking back, and she kind of had that body language. She kind of had like, oh my God, I wish I could take that back.
That'll bring Katia Reyes, the pitcher, to the plate. She's 0 for 2 tonight. Has struck out twice. First pitch is low for ball 1.
And once again, the infielders and the corners creeping in a little bit there. Second and short, playing at their normal positions. A lot of room in the gap because the outfield is also playing at their normal positions.
So that pitch is outside, and oh no, they're going to count that a strike. Again, Bailey, a little delay in that count. And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike as that one catches the outside corner. You know, sometimes, as I mentioned a little while ago, we got to wait for Bailey to give us that call because he doesn't always yell it.
Yeah, sometimes it's right away. Sometimes it takes a few seconds.
Fouled back into the netting, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You know, Kat Reyes now with a 1-run lead here. Let's see if she can help herself. You know, she's a master at that.
Yeah, big opportunity here to give herself some insurance runs with a hit here. Swung on. This one is going to go out of play, and the count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, let's see if Kat can get a hit here for her dad, who's here in attendance. Will be here tomorrow as well. And let's give a shout out to the state rep, Armando Martinez, because he actually went to go get him in Houston and bring it back to Corpus. They flew in from Houston. Armando drove to Houston, and then they flew back.
That one way outside for ball 2, and Alexis Solis was kind of hoping that it would get beyond the catcher. You just kind of saw her jump in there because she wanted to go to third. So here comes a 2-2 from Solis.
Oh, I was just going to say, the Lady Panthers, we know they're aggressive at the plate. They're aggressive on the bases as well.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts for Solis. Now there are 2 outs here in the inning, and that's going to bring up Stacy Bautista. Bautista is 0 for 1 tonight, a strikeout and a walk.
And we talk about Kat and Emma, how they're ranked in the top 30 in the state. So we see Emma now really put herself together after giving up those 4 runs there, coming back, getting the 2 strikeouts here.
First pitch outside for ball 1.
And that's what great pitchers do. We see Kat do it after giving up that 3-run homer. So now we see Emma now after giving up 4 runs settle down and get 2 outs.
Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Yeah, that was a good swing right there by Stacy. It might have even been foul tipped. I don't know. I thought I heard a clank.
Yeah, usually Bailey will do this because sometimes I can't hear because like we said earlier, the crowd is loud. We've got this little canopy on top of us, so there's a lot of noise here because the noise will bounce off the top and come right back down. So sometimes I hear the umpire, sometimes I don't. And earlier when I said swing and a miss, there was actually contact, so I saw the ump do this. So the count is now 1 ball, 2 strikes to Bautista. Looked at that one high for ball 2.
And if I'm not mistaken, Joe, I'm going back to my notes here. Yes, Bautista, when she walked, it was 4 straight pitches. I thought maybe she, it was a full count or something like that, but it was 4 straight pitches.
Fouled back, count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. There are 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Runner at second in Alexis Solis.
Bautista has 8 RBIs so far in the postseason.
So here's her chance for 9, maybe even 9 and 10. Outside ball 3, and now the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. There are 2 outs, so you know Solis is going to be going. Of course, if it's in front of her, she's going to have to wait, meaning that if it's to the shortstop or third base. They ring her up, strike 3, and after giving up 2 walks, a double, a home run, and another double, Solis with 3 straight strikeouts to put an end to the inning for the Lady Panthers. But not before your Lady Panthers score 4 on 3 hits, which include the big bomb from Lexi Escamilla. And we head to the bottom of the 5th. Lady Panthers 4, Lady Bulldogs 3.
Before Danya Pulido became an attorney, she was a student at Weslaco ISD. She was a member of the National Honor Society and a cheerleader. She earned her degree from St. Mary's University, then graduated from St. Mary's University School of Law. Now she is Danya Pulido, attorney at law for Texas Legal Services Center in Austin. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Danya Pulido, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
So Feeney, the left-handed batter, up to bat. She is 1 for 2. She's got a double and, of course, reached and scored via an error.
Second base for number 4, Valeria Feeney.
Changeup missing for ball 1. Outside ball 2.
In the regional quarterfinals, we mentioned that Kat gave up a home run, and that was the only run she gave up in the whole series.
Outside corner, strike 1.
And it just seems to me, Joe, that when the Lady Panthers get ahead, Katia just kind of rises to the occasion and just does a great job at protecting the lead. I know in the area round, she also was in a bases loaded jam at one point. We see a grounder there.
To Rodriguez, she grabs it, tosses it to first, and that's going to be an errant throw on her. So 2 errors committed by the infield, and the leadoff batter is on for the Lady Bulldogs, and that'll bring up Taylor Haywood. Haywood is 1 for 2 tonight, a single and a strikeout.
And then we saw the Lady Dogs take advantage of this in the 3rd inning, and now another opportunity there. And you just wonder if, sometimes these big moments, you get a little nervous, you get a little antsy, you get a little anxious out there.
Showing bunt, she puts it down. Reyes picks it up, goes to first, and that's another error on the throw. And Craig brings it in quickly. So back-to-back errors on the throws to first, and you got runners at the corner, nobody out, and that'll bring up Anya German. But Katia, really had to rush that because that ball, to be honest with you, really didn't go anywhere. In a golf game, you would say that ball checked. And that's exactly what that ball did right there. It checked and it just kind of stayed there about 8 to 10 feet in front of the plate. And so Reyes thought it was going to come to her, and when she realized that it didn't, she had to go up 2 more steps to grab it and then try to fire it to first. But unfortunately, she was off the target. But a good job by Craig to be backing that up.
I was just going to mention Elizabeth Craig getting to the ball quickly and throwing it to the infield and make sure that Feeney stayed at 3rd base and not round 3rd and score to keep it at 4-3.
Right. And the good thing about this is that you still keep the double play on with runners at the corner.
And you wonder if that's what Coach Rodriguez is talking to his team about, that if the ball comes to short or to second, let's try to get the double play and can see the run at 3rd. And, worst case scenario, a run would score to tie the game. But if we can get 2 outs on a double play, I think he'll be okay with that.
Yeah, and a lot of it depends on how hard the ball comes to you. You know, if it's a slow grounder and you're running up on it, your better play is at home because you're already coming forward.
That's a great point right there. But as I mentioned just a short time ago, in the area round, Katia was in a bases loaded, no out situation and was able to get out of that. So I mean, I think to me, she's comfortable in there.
Yeah, she is fine. She, like you have said earlier, is not phased. She's not going to let this bother her. You know, she's going to say, I'm going to let my defense back me up here. Showing bunt, that's going to be back behind home plate for a foul ball, strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike. So a little squeeze play being put on by Coach Whistle, and you can see her there in the third base box talking over things with the batter, German, and, of course, the base runner, Feeney. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So Reyes with a low fastball got her chasing that one, and now she's ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And a German with a team leading 39 RBIs and 5 homers. And Katia ahead of the count, 1-2.
That one just a bit outside for ball 2. So she said she had 39 RBIs.
Coming into tonight.
And then she adds 3 more with that 3-run homer. So that's 42 for her on the season. So 2-2 count to German. Runners at first and third. Nobody out. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Mike, you mentioned earlier how Reyes has gotten herself out of a jam and is starting to do that right here with that first strikeout after the 2 errors and runners at the corner. And now how crucial could this double play be?
Absolutely. That's a big out there by Katia Reyes because German, we saw her just a moment ago, you know, few innings ago, hit that 3-run homer, and very dangerous hitter that Kat got out there. But here's another one.
Moreno showing bunt, and she too, just like German, fouls it back out of play. And 0-1 is the count to her. Moreno is 0 for 2 tonight. A strikeout and a fly out for her the both times she's been at the plate.
Yeah, interesting strategy by Bowie, you know, with their top hitters with power showing or bunting attempting.
Yeah, because you have only just 1 out, so what you want to do is you want to get that run. It's only 60 feet away. And so you'll try to bunt that run in and sacrifice the out because it still doesn't end the inning for you. So 1-1 is the count. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And notice how Garcia doesn't make an errant move by trying to throw the ball to first, even though Haywood is way out there. She just gets it right back to Reyes.
And I'm just looking at the infield as well. They're playing at their normal positions.
Swung on, fouled back. Count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Almost had strike 3 there. Would have gotten another big out. But yes, the first baseman and third baseman kind of playing right by the bag there. And second and short, pretty much at their normal positions, few feet.
Typically on this type of play, you want corners coming home, turning 2 in the middle. And that is misses for ball 2. So typically a catcher like Garcia, and that's why they're there, is probably saying, corners, you're coming home, turning 2 in the middle.
And we see her right now kind of give instructions to the infield. That's probably what you're talking about, Joe.
So 2-2 count. Swung on, fouled back, and it'll do 2-2 all over again.
Yeah, Moreno barely staying alive there. I thought that was going to be a swing and a miss again there, but a great job by Moreno staying alive.
Yeah, she barely got that one.
Just barely. We heard the little clank there.
So 1 out. Runners at the corner, 2-2 count to Moreno. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So after 2 errors, 2 strikeouts from Reyes, and that'll bring up Emma Solis, the pitcher, who is 0 for 2 tonight, a ground out and a fly out.
We're going to talk about moving forward, Joe. Big outs, big outs, big outs. I want to say that's probably the biggest out she's gone so far, and if we can get Solis out here, that'd be another big out there, but a great pitch there by Reyes going to the outside corner and got Moreno to swing and miss. And that was quite a battle right there.
Yes, it was. That is strike one. A well-thrown fastball from Reyes again at the outside corner. So almost that same exact pitch that she struck out Moreno with. Swung on, going deep to left field, and that is going to be foul.
By about, 3-4 feet, just barely.
Eddie Ramos, who's the third base umpire, was right on the line, and you saw his arms go up and out.
And we heard everybody go, ooh, after that swing.
It got quiet for a little bit, though.
Yes, it did.
So nothing in two, the count to Solis. So here comes Reyes. Outside, ball one.
Yeah, Solis almost had home run number 6 there. But that was no doubt. As far as how far it was going to go, there was no doubt about it. It was just whether it was going to be fair or foul. Thankfully, it was foul.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. So 3 strikeouts in a row for Katia Reyes. And you've been mentioning, Mike, how she has gotten herself out of jams in previous games. And again, she shows that tonight. After 2 errors, 3 straight strikeouts to give no more runs to the Lady Bulldogs. And we've played 5 here in Corpus Christi. And at the end of 5, it's your Lady Panthers 4, the Lady Bulldogs 3.
It's a game of momentum, Joe. A game of momentum. Austin Bowie with a 3-0 lead had all the momentum. The fans were fired up. Then the Lady Panthers bounced back in the 5th inning with 4 runs. They get the momentum. And then Austin Bowie with the first 2 base runners on with errors, mental errors, which usually come back to haunt you. Instead, Katia getting the momentum right back with those 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, big strikeouts for Katia Reyes. And that gives her 10 strikeouts for the night, Mike.
Outstanding job by a 4-year starter, a senior, and just a player that has been in these moments over and over again and delivering in the big games.
Yeah, she has delivered time and time again in big games, as you just mentioned, Mike. And that's exactly what we have come to expect from this big senior in big moments. So we go to the top of the 6th inning, and your Lady Panthers are going to send Mia Rodriguez, Romy Nunez, and Julie Rodriguez to the plate to begin inning number 6 as they come to face Emma Solis all over again.
Mia's 0 for 2 with the 2 strikeouts. So she's due for a hit.
Yeah, but she's gone deep in the count a couple of times.
Absolutely. She's done a great job at the plate.
And the first pitch is high and outside for ball 1.
Yeah, because sometimes if you're able to make the pitcher work and you pile up her pitches, and then guess what? Even if you don't get on base, the others will kind of take advantage of her maybe getting a little tired, as the game unfolds.
Swung on, fouled back into the netting, strike 1. But, Mike, you make an interesting comment. You make the pitcher pitch and pitch and pitch and pitch, but that also gives you another look at what she has. So, like you said earlier in the ball game, and we talked about in the previous inning, they get to see what she's got, and they begin to recognize it, and that's when they begin to jump on things. That pitch is high for ball 2.
Yeah, great check right there by Mia. It looked like she literally wanted to drop the bat because she was so hesitant to swing and went so far and then almost dropped it, and that's pretty smart there sometimes. If you're a hitter and you think you're gone far enough, just drop the bat.
Outside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to Mia Rodriguez. Now, Mia has got some pop on that bat, so I'm interested to see if she takes a pitch or if it's something she likes, jumps on it.
Great point there, but notice that Emma has fallen behind on the count, especially in the last few innings.
Inside corner, strike 2. Now, Rodriguez thought that was a ball, but home plate umpire, as we've mentioned so many times, Bailey sometimes is a little late with that call, and I'm pretty sure he kind of said strike, and Rodriguez heard that. So it's a full count to Rodriguez. And they get her looking for strike 3, and that was the exact same pitch that she pitched through before.
Yeah, it's that inside corner there, and Solis coming. Yeah, that was great pitching there by Solis there, coming with the inside corner. And you mentioned when we covered Weslaco East softball, it's not so much where it ends up, but if it's able to just get a portion of the plate, it's a strike.
That's right.
And I think that's what happened there.
Outside corner for strike 1. Nunez is 0 for 1 and a walk. She led off the previous inning with that walk, and was also scored on that walk. Part of that big 4-run inning for your Lady Panthers. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
And they always say, Joe, a walk or an error usually results in great things for the offense and bad things for the defense. Well, the Lady Panthers took advantage of that walk, and Austin Bowie didn't take advantage of the errors in the last half inning.
So Nunez behind in the count, 0-2. That's a ground ball to the shortstop. Villa, she picks it up and brings Youngblood off the bag, and safely Nunez is aboard on an error. So Mike, what you just said right now, an error and a walk, you got to watch out. So we got to see if the Lady Panthers can again take advantage of these miscues by the Lady Bulldogs.
And that is a perfect example right there, Joe, of when Coach Rodriguez says, hey, just put the ball in play. Just put the ball in play. And anything can happen there. And, yeah, just like we've seen the Lady Panthers with a few errors, now we see Austin Bowie with an error there on the infield. And now Romy Nunez at first base with only 1 out there. So that gives an opportunity to Julie Rodriguez there, a senior.
Yeah, senior Julie Rodriguez at the plate, swing and a miss. Well, actually, she fouled that one back for strike 1. She has been on bag twice, hit by pitch and a walk. And she was part of that big 4-run inning this past inning. And now it's 0-2. So for the second time here in this inning, we see Solis getting ahead of the count, or ahead of the batter, better yet, 0-2. So Rodriguez taking some big swings at these pitches. And that's a hard hit ball, but it's foul. She jumped on that one.
Oh, she took a really good swing there. Probably one of the better swings we've seen by her. And I had a chance to talk to her earlier in the week, and one of the things she said, and you know, for those that saw the package that we released at K-West, is just the compliments that's at Weslaco High School that she's getting from the principals, the counselors, the students, teachers that don't even know her, or she doesn't know them. But just, this is big. This is big at Weslaco High School. 4th round softball playoffs.
That pitch misses low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. You saw Julie telling Romy, don't go anywhere. The catcher's got it right in front of her, so good job by German to keep that ball in front of her. Swung on, ball hit to left field. Moreno under it, and she makes the grab. And Nunez not tagging will come back to first, and there is 2 outs, and that'll bring up Elizabeth Craig. And she got things going. Speaking of the runs going, with that big double in the last inning.
Yeah, absolutely. Took it to center field, and once again, I don't think that Bowie expected her to hit it that far, and she made them pay there, and the wind is still blowing out, and she took advantage of it.
That pitch is low for ball 1, so Craig is 1 for 2 tonight, as we just mentioned. She had that double. It was a 2 RBI double for her, and a strikeout. So this is the 3rd time she's at the plate. 1-0 is the count. Swung on, fouled back. 1-1 is the count.
You mentioned Moreno making the catch out there in left field, and she did a great job because it's, like I mentioned, Joe, it's still windy out there. So, you know, plays like that are not that easy for the outfielders. They still got to play with the wind now, and she had to move to her left side about maybe 15 steps or so, but made the play. Inside,
ball 2. Craig jumped back. And she looks at her coaching staff and said, yeah, I had to move back. So 2-1 is the count. Runner at first in Nunez. Swung on, a base hit past the third baseman. And so Craig with back-to-back hits, a double and now a single. So we have runners at first and second with 2 outs. And that's going to bring up Lexi Escamilla. Escamilla is 1 for 2 and a walk, but she had that big 2-run homer her last time at the plate.
Yeah, it's been a great night for the Escamilla family. Audrey with that two-run homer to give the Lady Panthers the lead in the 5th. Older sister Audrey is competing at the NCAA Division II championships, and I just got word from Dad, who's here in attendance with Mom, that they won Game 3 and will advance to the NCAA Division II World Series. So congratulations to Audrey and the Escamilla family. What a night it's been for them.
Swing and a miss. And that is strike 2 on Lexi. Nothing in 2 is the count.
As you know, Joe, Audrey was a member of that 2016 and 2017 team. 2016 team that went to the state tournament. Was a catcher.
Snap throw to first, but Craig back in plenty of time.
And she's probably now watching us live here. So the game just finished about 5-10 minutes ago, and I'm sure the first thing she did was get on her phone and is now watching us. So welcome, Audrey, and congratulations.
Absolutely. Checking up on her little sister. So 1-2 is the count to Lexi. That is inside. Count is even at 2.
And to continue, Joe, Audrey told her parents to come to this game here. She says, Mom, Dad, don't worry. I got it. Go see Lexi play. And look what she's done. Big home run.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on here in the top of the 6th. Outside, and now the count is full. So good at bat from Lexi, going deep into the count, and now it's full.
And the base runners will go.
With 2 outs, they will be running. So here comes a payoff pitch from Solis. That is fouled back. Good swing from Lexi, as that was an inside pitch. And, of course, with a full count and 2 outs, anything close, you got to do something with it.
Yeah, you got to do something, try to take a swing at it, and she did a great job by fouling it and stay alive.
Absolutely. So the payoff pitch will be coming once again, and runners will be running, because that's what runners do. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So that is the end of the inning. The Lady Panthers get 2 runners on via an error and a base hit, but can't get them across. They have 1 hit in the inning, 1 error on the Lady Bulldogs. Nobody scored and 2 runners left on. We head to the bottom of the 6th, and it's your Lady Panthers 4, the Lady Bulldogs 3.
In 1921, 100 years ago, WISD started educating the area children. Bring 2 sack lunches and tools to help clear a field for athletics, the notice said. Buildings from the early years serve as a reminder of how far we have come. Through all the history and over time, educating students, expanding horizons, changing the world, helping build this community. Weslaco ISD, 100 years in the making, and still the right choice.
We head to the bottom of the 6th. Lauren Youngblood, Emerson Avila, and Alyssa Lusk, batters 7, 8, and 9, will face Katia Reyes here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch misses low and outside for ball 1. Did she go around? And they're going to say she did. Strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Youngblood. Home plate umpire Bailey didn't even ask for help. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. I'm sorry, excuse me. Three balls and a strike to the batter, Lauren Youngblood. Swung on. This is going to be in play, and it's going to be missed by the left fielder as Rodriguez was coming hard to her right, but just couldn't get enough glove on it.
And I wonder if the wind had something to do with it, because we saw her hustle to foul territory to her right side there, and you wonder if the ball, kind of went from her right to the left or something, you know what I mean? And then, as we mentioned a few minutes ago, the outfielders do have their work cut out for them with the wind blowing out so hard.
Swung on, fouled back, count will remain full. Yeah, but you also got to remember, Mike, she's a left-handed batter, so anything she hits opposite field is going to tail away.
That's a great point, absolutely.
So she had to move quite a bit, like you mentioned, and she couldn't quite catch up to it to get enough glove on it. So here comes the payoff pitch once again. Swung on, grounder right by the first baseman and second baseman into right field for a base hit. So Youngblood, with her second hit of the night, gets the leadoff batter on in the 6th inning for the Lady Bulldogs, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Emerson Villa. She is 0 for 2 tonight. A fly out to left and a strikeout.
Yeah, Youngblood put the ball in perfect play there underneath the glove of Nunez at first, and then past the second baseman there, and we have a conference here.
Not sure what happened. I think there might be something with Rodriguez as she was moving to her left. She dove for the ball, and she may have landed wrong, and or, again, we're playing on an artificial surface, so there may not be much give. Whereas in the dirt, in the grass, you actually slide, and here it could be possible that you dive and you may get stuck.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, you remember back in the 70s, 80s, and even 90s, the artificial surface was very popular back then, so it's a different field than in grass, that's for sure.
Villa shows bunt, fouls the first pitch back, and that'll be strike 1 to her.
And Villa's 0 for 2. She flied to left her first time up and struck out looking in the 4th inning. And the time run is at first base.
So here comes the 0-1. Showing bunt again, and that's going to be foul ball. And now it's 0-2.
So you wonder if the strategy remains the same. Do you try to bunt and advance the runner to second, or do you try to take a swing at it? As mentioned, Villa's 0 for 2.
And now she's behind in the count, 0-2, and so you think that she's got to swing at this one, because the next pitch, if she fouls it off via a bunt, that's going to be strike out.
Exactly.
So a little small ball being played by the Lady Bulldogs, trying to advance the runner over to second. But behind 0-2 the count, we'll see what Villa decides to do or what whistle tells her to do. That is just outside for ball 1.
Yeah, it was a pretty good pitch there by Cat, trying to get the outside corner. It's just a few inches.
Yeah, and I heard the pop of the glove. So that one came with some cheese on it. Swung on, fouled back out of play. Well, actually, there's a net right on top of there, so it brought it right back into play. So between the canopy and the field, there's a little bit of netting that covers or protects the crowd.
Yeah, Cat took something off of that pitch there, and Villa, was able to stay alive.
So here comes the 1-2. Just a bit outside, 2-2 count to her.
Yeah, Jules was trying to bring that glove in that we've seen some of the catchers do. We've seen these catchers do throughout the evening.
So 2-2 count, nobody out, runner at first in Youngblood. Swing on and miss, strike 3. And that is strikeout 11 for Reyes.
12 strikeouts in game 1 in regional quarterfinals, 12 strikeouts in game 2, 11 so far, and we're in the 6th inning. So she's right on pace for that 12-13 strikeout performance.
And that'll bring up Alyssa Lusk. She is 0 for 1 and a walk. And she's that little slap hitter. She takes the first one for ball 1.
Yeah, I'm looking at Solis there. Just like before, we've seen her creep in from the third base bag.
I was waiting to see if Bailey would call that. He did not, so that bought his ball 2.
Yeah, the way he kind of went down, back up, I think he was thinking about it, but said no, ball 2.
Yeah, that's just a little too far outside, maybe just a few inches like you mentioned earlier. So here comes the 2-0. Fouled down third base side into the netting, strike 1. So way behind on that pitch is Lusk. So she's really trying to go opposite field.
And that's a great point, Joe, because look at where the center fielder is playing. Lola Reyes, she is literally in left center.
Swung on and missed, strike 2.
Yeah, I think Kat fooled Lusk there because she took a swing there and wasn't even close.
Yeah, a little changeup from Reyes.
But there's a lot of room between center and right. So they think she's going opposite way.
Just a bit outside. The count is now full.
So a big pitch here.
Yeah.
For Kat.
If I'm Kat Reyes, I'm going with her
That bread
full
and butter.
steam.
Yeah.
Full steam.
Bread and butter.
Because she is way behind the pitch. And that is a walk issued by Reyes. And Reyes didn't like that call, but you know that she ain't gonna let that bother her too long.
Yeah, she did exactly what you said she was going to do, Joe, but unfortunately the umpire called it a little outside. So now we have the top of the batting lineup here.
And here comes Coach Rodriguez to have a few words with the home plate umpire. And not sure what he is saying because umpire's pulling out his little notebook. So not sure what that was all about. So now he's going to call a timeout and talk to his infield and just to make sure that they're all on the same page. And, of course, really I think what he wants to tell Kat is, listen, just let the umpire call his game. You pitch your game.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I mean, because we've seen her come out of these jams throughout the game and really throughout the year in postseason. And, once again, we're in a situation where base runners are on. I don't think Kat has had a 1-2-3 inning tonight, and yet she still has the lead.
Yeah, she has done well in getting herself out of jams like just in the previous inning after allowing 2 base runners on via errors, coming back with 3 straight strikeouts. So we know that she's capable of great things. And so she's just going to have to dig deep once again in this inning with runners at first and second and 1 out. And we head to the top of the order with McLean. McLean is 0 for 3 tonight. First pitch is high for ball 1. She struck out in the first. In the third, a pop-up to right field. And in the fourth, a strikeout.
So Kat's done a very good job at containing McLean. And, she was one of the better hitters coming into tonight.
Showing bunt. Runner going to third. And they got her.
What an outstanding throw by Jules Reyes to Alexis Solis, a senior to a sophomore. Solis putting the tag on and getting the tying run out at third. However, the runner at first advanced to second. But the big thing, Joe, 2 outs.
Yeah, the Astros catcher is called El Machete because he chops down runners, and so does Jules Garcia. So there are 2 outs here in this inning. 2-0 count to the batter. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
And the great thing, Joe, is that you were already calling it before she was even tagged out. Great job at anticipating the play there.
There was just no way Jules was going to miss that one.
Just where you want to put it. She put it, a little bit to the to her right of the bag and place the tag there.
Swung on, fly ball. Kat is calling everybody off, and she cannot make the grab. So McLean stays alive as Reyes couldn't catch up to that fly ball. And again, the wind just pushing it away, and Reyes, as we said, just couldn't catch up to it. So
Yeah,
2-2 count.
Yeah, she was calling everybody off like, I got it, I got it, I got it. And unfortunately, it just didn't work out.
So here comes the 2-2 from Reyes. Swung on and fouled back, and the count remains even at 2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th.
It's been a game of opportunities. Austin Bowie took advantage of some miscues in that 3rd inning, and the Lady Panthers took advantage of some walks in the 5th.
Fly ball, third baseman Solis calling everybody off, and she secures the grab for out number 3, and that'll do it for the 6th inning. The Lady Bulldogs get 1 hit, leave 1 runner stranded, nobody scores, but a big play from the catcher, Jules Garcia, throwing out Youngblood, trying to steal 3rd for out number 2, and then a big pop-up from McLean, and Solis making that grab for out number 3. So again, the Lady Panthers able to get themselves out of that one, and we head to the 7th inning, and it's your Lady Panthers 4, the Lady Bulldogs 3.
Weslaco ISD graduates receive more than $4 million in college scholarships, including dozens who will play college sports. More than 900 received a certification and are ready for the workforce or continuing their education. Over 400 honor graduates will have opportunities to study at top-tier universities. And we are proud of our scholars graduating from medical school, law school, business school, and Ivy League universities. Weslaco ISD, the right choice for high school and beyond.
Due up will be Alexis Solis, Jules Garcia, and Katia Reyes. Mike, you mentioned, the pop-ups giving them a little bit of a headache. If you look just to your right, you've got that Bulldog flag, and that one is really gusting. And you've got the flags out in center field, and those are really blowing. So you can just imagine how it feels out there on the field. So the first pitch missing, ball 1.
Yeah, no doubt about that. The players, as gifted as they are, and I mean, they're all great athletes. It's a hard task for them in this kind of situation, having to deal with the wind, and and we've seen some miscues out there by these players, and that's softball for you. Baseball and softball is the elements.
Swing and a miss, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Swung on and fouled back, and that one hit just on top of us for strike 2. So the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to the batter, Alexis Solis.
Yeah, if you're the Lady Panthers, it'd be great to have 1 run, and 2 would even be better to give Kat Reyes some breathing room a little bit.
Solis 1 for 3 tonight, a double the last time at the plate for her. So that pitch misses, and the count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And we'll be back here tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock, I believe, for game number 2 right here at Cabinets Field.
Outside, and the count is now full. So good job by Solis to lay back on that pitch. And you also got to remember, that's a difficult decision to make because we've seen a lot of those pitches called for strikes.
Yeah, that's a very good point there. And as we mentioned, a scouting report on Emma, she loves to go to the corners.
Ball 4 and a leadoff walk for your Lady Panthers. And now Alexis Solis is at first base, and that's going to bring up Jules Garcia. Jules Garcia is 0 for 3 tonight. A ground out and 2 strikeouts for her.
Yeah. With that being said, I think she's due to make something special happen right here. What a better position than right now.
That pitch missing outside for ball 1.
Yeah, let's give credit to as much credit as Kat deserves, and she deserves a lot of credit. Jules has done an outstanding job as a catcher. And you mentioned that big out.
Swung on and hit hard to left. And that is out of here. Jules Garcia was due, and she answers with a 2-run knock to left field. And now your Lady Panthers are up 6-3.
Line drive, Joe, right over the left field wall. It was a 1-0 pitch. And we knew the ball was hit hard. We just didn't know if she got enough of it over the wall, and she did. Lady Panthers now up 6-3.
And what a hit to hit at that time, because that gives the Lady Panthers some insurance runs here in the 7th.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. She picked a perfect spot for it, and this is what she's done throughout the playoffs. Her home runs have looked just like that, line drives. So for Jules, that's home run number 4 in the postseason, and RBIs number 10 and 11. And 10 and 11 came at a wonderful time.
And that'll bring up the pitcher, Katia Reyes. She is 0 for 3 tonight. But how good must she be feeling after that home run? Swung on, fouled back. And speaking of how good she must be feeling, that was a very good-looking swing from Reyes.
Yeah, we don't want to be greedy here or anything, but 3 runs is a nice lead. Hey, let's try to get another run or 2. There is nobody out.
So 0-1 to count to Reyes. Swung on and fouled back. Now it's 0-2.
Yeah, we've seen Kat take 2 good whacks at it there. And you wonder how Emma's arm is feeling. You see the Lady Panthers really take some great shots at the pitches from the 5th inning on.
And that is hit down the third base line, but foul. Coach Rodriguez trying to get out of the way. And he does, and count remains 0-2. So Reyes really getting after it with the bat at this at-bat. So 0-2 the count. Missing low, ball 1.
Great job there by Kat taking that pitch there. Sometimes what happens with pitchers, Joe, is you give up a big hit and you fall more behind and they get a little more antsy.
Inside, ball 2. I wasn't sure if that had gotten a little piece of her because I heard something.
Yeah.
But it was more than likely the catcher's mitt than the player. So 2-2 count to Reyes after falling behind 0-2. And that is strike 3, and Reyes didn't like that one. But again, he's been calling that outside corner.
It's been consistent, and let's give credit to the umpire. He hasn't changed. He's been very consistent in calling the outside corners.
So with 1 out, that'll bring up Stacy Bautista. She is 0 for 2 and a walk tonight. First pitch in there for strike 1, and we heard Bailey say that one was a strike. Missing inside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to the designated player, Stacy Bautista. That one is going to be outside for ball 2.
Both the Lady Panthers and Lady Dawgs have 5 hits each. The difference is that the Lady Panthers just have been able to take advantage of some errors and some walks here, and they've come up with the big hits when they've had to.
Inside, ball 3, and a couple of those big hits have been home runs. And they've had a couple of doubles already, and I think 2 doubles to be exact. One from Elizabeth Craig and another one from Alexis Solis. So the count is 3 balls and a strike to Bautista. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. That is strike 2. Strike 2. I got a little ahead of myself.
Yeah, you're so excited. It's been a great game so far.
Full count. Now that is strike 3. So Back-to-back strikeouts from Solis after giving up that home run, and now there are 2 outs in the inning, and that'll bring up Mia Rodriguez, who is 0 for 3 tonight.
There's 2 outs, nobody on.
All by strikeouts.
Yeah.
Second baseman number 34.
2 swing and misses, and though in the 6th inning was called looking.
Caught looking.
Yeah.
And so she's due for something. And the first pitch, she watches that one go outside for ball 1. That one is inside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to the batter, Mia Rodriguez, another young sophomore on this ball club.
Right. So in the last round, Joe, what happened was the Lady Panthers played Thursday, and then they came back Friday evening. So they were able to go back and look at the video in the morning, and I'm sure they're going to do the same thing. They're just going to kind of have to do it a little faster, I guess, if that makes any sense, in their adjustments there.
That one outside and low for ball 3. So Rodriguez ahead in the count 3-0, and I'm pretty sure she'll be taking all the way on this pitch.
Yeah, that's a great point there. But that's what happened against San Antonio Holmes. They played Friday in game 1 and came away with a big
and
win.
Rodriguez aboard on 4 straight pitches. And so the Lady Panthers now have another runner on board, and that's going to bring up Romy Nunez. Harlan is who they played.
That's who they played, yeah. Last round was Harlan. Holmes was in the
previous,
area round.
right, yeah.
So they won an extra inning game in game 1.
Okay.
Carried it into game 2, and were able to pull away in an afternoon game. And we're kind of hoping for the same result here.
Yes, sir. And the first pitch to Nunez missing for ball 1. So that's a 5th straight ball issued by Solis here to the last 2 batters. Snap throw to first. Back in time is Rodriguez.
And meanwhile, I think at ball 2 there, so 6 straight balls there.
Yeah, I was waiting for a sign from, Bailey. Bailey looked back to the first base umpire, Cruz, to make sure that he had the right call. So the count is 2-0. He just put up the signal. Because, again, he's been late on some of these calls. So 6 straight balls, you're absolutely right, Mike. Make it 7. So the infield going to come talk to Solis as she has thrown 7 straight balls to the last 2 batters here for the Lady Panthers. So, once again, with a 3-0 count, Nunez is going to be she's going to be taking all the way. Because, that's what Coach Rodriguez is telling you. Listen, she's thrown 7 straight pitches out of the strike zone. So, just wait. Let her come get you a strike.
Yeah.
Because she's got to come back with 3 pitches, and they all got to be strikes.
Absolutely.
Let the first one go by, and if the second one has to be absolutely your pitch for you to go after it.
Absolutely. Normally they'll tell their hitters to do that unless it's somebody that has racked up so many home runs. And you would basically what you want to do is unless you get the exact pitch that you're looking for and that you want and that you can hit. Other than that, don't swing.
So here comes the 3-0. And that is ball 4. So back-to-back walks on 8 straight pitches from Solis. And that's going to bring up Julie Rodriguez. Julie Rodriguez has been aboard twice via a hit by pitch and a walk. Her last time at the plate, she popped out to left. So 2 outs, runners at first and second. Hit to left field, and that's going to be foul. She really jumped on that one.
She put a lot of aluminum on that bat, that's for sure. The good swing there.
Yeah, we knew that one wasn't out of the park. I was just kind of hoping that would have stayed fair because that would have caught the corner. But she just was way out in front of that one and pulled it into the left field corner, but foul ball. So 0-1 is the count. Fly ball, shortstop going out for it via And she can't get it in foul territory, so the count is 0-2. So again, we see the wind playing a little bit of movement with that ball and causing some misconception on the play on the defensive sides of both teams.
Yeah, it was a nice attempt there by Emerson Villa there at shortstop there. But, yeah, the ball kind of got in front of her, and I think in the end it kind of got behind her a little bit.
That pitch way outside for ball one. And I saw something I haven't seen from Villa. That arm came up a little bit. So maybe, just maybe, she's getting a little tired there. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Julie Rodriguez, the left fielder. That is strike number 3, and that is out number 3. But your Lady Panthers get 2 more runs on a big 2-run homer from Jules Garcia, and we head to the bottom of the 7th. And it's your Lady Panthers 6, the Lady Bulldogs 3. So we head to the bottom of the 7th inning, and as Mike said earlier, the best pitcher for your Lady Panthers in the circle, who has given up 3 runs on 5 hits, that's Katia Reyes, and she's going to face the heart of the order in Valeria Feeney, Taylor Haywood, and Anya German.
Exactly, and these hitters, have done pretty well tonight. That meat of the lineup are responsible for the 3 runs.
And the first pitch is swung at, and Reyes is getting it, and she grabs the glove and tosses it to Nunez for out number 1. What great hustle from Reyes.
What a wonderful athletic play by Kat there, hustling toward the first base bag, getting the ball in her glove and just throwing it the way we see major leaguers do it. We've seen shortstops do it, second basemen, how they're able to just use their glove as a way of throwing it to their teammate there for the big first out.
I don't think she had any other option. That's going to bring up Taylor Haywood. Haywood looks at that first pitch for strike 1. Haywood is 1 for 2 tonight. She's tried a strikeout and a single. She reached her last time via an error. That pitch outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to the batter, Taylor Haywood.
And she was stranded in the 5th inning.
Right.
And that's when Katia was able to get out of that jam that she was in.
Swung on, fly ball. Nunez going over, and she makes the grab right in front of the dugout for out number 2.
I tell you what, Joe, Nunez has struggled a little bit as a defender at first base. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with some balls that were thrown her way. That is probably one of the bigger plays of the night there, getting that second out in the 7th inning.
And your Lady Panthers are 1 out away from winning game 1 in the regional semifinals here in Corpus Christi. And it is Anya German at the plate. Swings at the first pitch, and this one's out of play. German is 1 for 2 tonight, but she is the one with a 3-run bomb earlier in the ball game.
And with that being said, Joe, great thing that there's nobody on base. That's how you want to have it. You want to have no runners on base and having to face this tough hitter here.
And that is a changeup for strike 2. What a great pitch from Reyes. German, I'm pretty sure, was looking for the fastball, and Reyes brings that changeup.
And you saw Kat Reyes kind of turn around and tell everybody, okay, guys, calm down.
Outside pitch, ball 1.
As you see there, she's communicating with the infielders there. She's just telling everybody, okay, just everybody take it easy, take it easy. Don't get too excited.
So here comes the 1-2. Swung on, fouled back. Count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. Everybody at the edge of their seats. Here comes the 1-2. Ball is high. and that is ball 2. Another changeup from Reyes, but that one was a little high.
Yeah, she was already kind of walking out of the circle there, and I saw Coach Rodriguez kind of making his way to the field there. Everybody thought that was a strike 3.
So 2-2 is the count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. And here comes the 2-2 from Reyes. Outside, count is full. Full count, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Payoff pitch, ball 4. So the Lady Bulldogs have the first base runner here in the bottom of the 7th, and that's going to bring up Olivia Moreno. Moreno is 0 for 3 tonight. A strikeout, a pop-out to center field, and a strikeout is what she's done her 3 times at the plate tonight.
The thing that's impressed me, Joe, is through 6 innings and now the 7th inning, Kat hasn't had not one single 1-2-3 inning, and yet she finds herself only 1 out away from winning game 1.
We've got a courtesy runner, and she's wearing jersey number 8, but I don't have a jersey number 8 on the roster, so I don't know who that is. But again, it is Olivia Moreno at the plate. 0 for 3 tonight is Moreno. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Lady Panthers up 6-3. 1 out away from winning game 1 here in the regional semifinals. First pitch missing, high and away, ball 1.
Yeah, that last out is one of the tougher ones in baseball and softball.
Swung on, fouled back. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
So with a runner at first, you have a force out at second. If you can make the play there, you have a opportunity at second or at first.
So here comes the 1-1, and that one misses. 2 balls and a strike to the batter, Olivia Moreno. Swung on, fouled back, out of play. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
So once again, 1 strike away. Let's see if Kat can finish it off here. You know, the Panther fans, they can sense it.
So here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and your Lady Panthers win game 1 of the regional semifinals, 6-3 over the Lady Bulldogs.
Outstanding job. What a pitch there by Kat Reyes. What a way to respond after being down 3-0. And the Lady Panthers 1 win away from advancing to the regional final.
And Mike, that is strikeout number 12 for Katia Reyes.
And she had to go through the meat of the lineup. And yet, even though she gave up a walk, she was able to still get out of it with no damage done. She wasn't able to get a 1-2-3 inning at all tonight, and yet she only gave up 5 hits, struck out 12, and 3 unearned runs, and Lady Panthers come away with a win.
6-3 is your final. Want to thank Val Zamora for keeping us online, and of course, keeping all the stats and the graphics going as you guys are watching live. Vinny Berry behind the camera, keeping those shots looking ever so tight and crisp. And, of course, Mike Gonzalez and Joe Aguilar saying goodnight from Corpus Christi, where your Lady Panthers defeat the Lady Bulldogs 6-3 in Game 1 of the regional semifinals. Don't forget, tomorrow, Game 2, first pitch, 2 p.m., will be live right here on K-West. So once again, Lady Panthers win this one, 6-3. We'll see you tomorrow, right here at Cabinets Field.